Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, morning. Somehow that there has been some problem going on.
Good
Uh,
morning, sir.
morning, morning. Okay. So we'll start soon. I'm just getting the screen to be all right. We'll have a break from 11 to 12 if you want to listen to Man Ki Baat by Prime Minister, and then we'll start next lecture at 12 o'clock, right?
Right,
Is it
sir.
okay? You
Yes,
want
sir.
to listen to Man Ki Baat?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 11 o'clock we'll stop, and then we'll have further class from 12 onward. Okay, so that's it.
Okay, sir.
Let me put the screen on, so then we'll go. Hello.
ठीक है सर.
Hello. You are able to see the screen now.
Yes, sir. It's
Yes,
visible.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. uh, ये
सर आपका माउस वहाँ हॉवर कर जाता है ना सर, इसलिए वो आ जाता है.
है
माउस जो है ना सर, राइट साइड कॉर्नर साइड में मत लाया कीजिए, उससे वो आ जाएगा अचानक से.
ये फजूल आ जाती है.
माउस को हमेशा लेफ्ट साइड नीचे यहाँ क्लिक
हाँ,
कीजिए
अब
सर.
ठीक है. देख, फिर
वहाँ
गड़बड़ हो गया.
वहाँ पे जहाँ पे आपका माउस है वहाँ मत रखिए सर माउस.
अब ठीक है. अब ओके. All right, we'll start with the unit 14, that is association rules. So these are the basically basic concepts: association rule, binary representation, associative discovery, a priori algorithm, frequent item set generation, case study, and tree growth, FP tree construction, then pincer search. So that's the what is the units here. Imagine a salesperson at a shop. If you buy a product from the shop, the salesperson recommend you more items. Okay, अगर और वहाँ अगर रिकमेंड ना करे जाए तो वहाँ रखी जाए माल में, तो you will get tempted to buy those things. So that is market basket analysis. Okay. So that is try to figure up your choices about the product you observe at the shop and may recommend you further. Either recommend or put the thing there so that you are able to purposely, out of love, you buy those things. So if you add bread and butter to your basket at the store, the salesperson recommend you add cookies, eggs, milk, etc., etc. That's the type of thing. So this is what is bread, butter, egg, bread, butter, milk, cookies, and so on. Onion, potatoes, onion, potato, tomato, onion, potato, tomato, beer. So depends on where which country you are. बिकॉज यहाँ तो बियर नहीं लगाएंगे, यहाँ ऑनियन पोटैटो टमाटो और कैबेज लगा देंगे या और कुछ लगा देंगे, कॉलीफ्लावर समथिंग लाइक दैट. So that type of thing is there. These are the market basket. Either you put it like this, or you tell the people, all right, you buy this also. Or in the mall, you put the things in that fashion, you are going to buy those things anyway. So these are the objective. Understand the purpose of association rule, pattern search, and describe various algorithms for pattern search. So what are association rules? In machine learning, association rules are one of the important concepts that is widely applied in problems like market basket analysis. As we said, basket analysis, bread, butter, cookies लगाया था. Consider a supermarket where all the related items such as grocery item, dairy item, cosmetic, stationery item are kept together in the same aisle so that people see the things and then pick up the things and all that. Because you might forget something. अरे बाबा देखा ये मेरी चीज, वो this I think I have finished this. Let me buy this. If I'm trying to look for blade, I'll have to say, okay, cream. Maybe I need cream. I need something else. So those are things which are related to shaving. shaving cream, shaving perfume, shaving this and all that. So that type of thing. Other factors are contribute to purchase the combination product. That the different combinations are there. पिज़्ज़ा खरीदना है तो उसके लिए ये कोल्ड ड्रिंक चाहिए, पिज़्ज़ा खरीदना है उसके लिए कुछ और चाहिए. So something like this. So these are the basic concepts of malls, so that you organize your things in such a manner that things are there and you don't want to get disturbed by those things. You are tempted to buy those things, or you feel these are the things you don't have you at your home, you should have it, or this thing which is missing, this has come short of supply, you want to buy this. These are the things which are important. So basic concept are, there are few items that one should understand before understanding the algorithm. K item set, it is a set of K item. For example, 2 item set can be pencil and eraser, or bread and butter. 3 item set can be bread, butter and milk. So these are the type item set, K item set. Sport. Sport is frequency of appearance of an item appears in all considered transaction is called the sport. Number of transaction containing X, total number of considered transaction. So these are the sport X. Confidence. Confidence is defined as likelihood of obtaining item Y along with an item X. Confidence by number of transaction containing X and Y, number of considered containing X. So these are the things which are there. अगर आप Y खरीदते हो तो X भी खरीद रहे हैं, तो कितनी % आपका कॉन्फिडेंस क्या लेवल है, so that you buy, when you buy Y you buy X, when you buy X you buy Y. So that type of thing. Then confidence can also be defined as confidence is X greater than by Py by X, where X antecedent and Y is consequence. In terms of sport confidence, this is the again formula. Confidence Y is sport X or Y, then sport X. That's what is the frequent item set. Item whose sport is at least the minimum sport threshold is known as the frequent item set. For example, that minimum sport threshold is 10. Then as item set with sport 11 is frequent item set, but an item set with sport score 9 is not. So that way you can say कौन सी frequent item set बनती है, and that way you can see these various things. Association rule or binary representation, that's again you have I's and T's. I's are a set of items, T's are the set of T transaction, where each transaction T contains a not null set and so on. So you can read this. So you can say T1 is milk, cookie, bread. T2 is milk, bread, egg, butter, milk, cookie, bread, butter, and cookie, bread, butter. So the binary representation is, so these are the transaction T1, T2, T3, T3. Milk is 1, this is there, that is there. So you can see that the one binary representation of the transaction where here T1, T2, T3, T4 are given here. So that type of thing there. So similarly, sport milk, confidence bread, so on. So you can see these are the fine way of doing this and all that. You have seen the rules earlier. You have seen the equations earlier. So those equations which we have seen here are the one which applied in working all the things. These are the equations which you have seen. These are the equations which you have a basic concept equations, sport X, the confidence Y, and so on and so forth. And all. These are the equations which are used for the appraisal. Okay, this is now Venn diagram to understand concept as shown in figure 2. Maximal frequent item set, close frequency item set, frequent item set, close item set. So these are the close item set is this circle. Maximal frequency item set is subset of this. Close frequent item set is the relation cut between these two. That is, frequent item set is a big circle, close item set is a big circle, and then there is a small circle is maximum frequent item set. So this is the Venn diagram for this. So you can see that a priori algorithm, R. Agarwal and Srikant proposed a priori algorithm in the year 1994. The algorithm is used to obtain the frequent item set for association rule. The algorithm is named so it needs the prior knowledge of frequent item set because a priori का मतलब पहले ही कुछ available है. So this section discusses about the generation of frequent patterns as observed in the analysis of market. This was done by two of our Indian scientists. So section 1.4.1 we had seen earlier present a priori algorithm used to obtain the frequent item set. Section 2 talks about generating strong association rule from the frequent item set. And finally, section 3 present variation. These are the which we have seen here. 1.4.3, these are the things which we are talking about. So these are the things where we have talked about it. Okay, so that is the frequent item set generation. A given set n item, there are 2 raised to power n minus 1 possible combination of items. Consider item set I, A, B, C, D with 4 items. There are 15 combinations of item A, B, C, D, A, B, A, C. All these combined, there are 15 combinations. This can be represented by a lattice diagram as shown. This is one, which is null, item A, item B, item C, item D, item A, B, A, C, A, D, A, D, then A, B, C, D, D, and then A, B, C, D. So these are the 15 estimation given in the diagram. Lattice representation, 15 combination of items are mentioned. These are the way to show that these are the possibility of what happened in this. So a priori principle, if an item set is frequent, then all its subsets must be frequent. So that's what is the basic thing. On the other hand, if the item set BD is not frequent, then superset containing BD, that is ABD, BCD, ACD, are also not frequent. So that type of the thing which is there. So this is what is a priori is frequent yellow nodes and infrequent item blue nodes. So these are the null item A, item B, item C, item D, A, C, A, B, C. These are the yellow items are the frequent and blue are the infrequent items. So this is the frequent cleaner. Frequent item A, B, C is the frequent. So A, B, C are frequent. D is not frequent. A, B, A, C, AD is not frequent. BC is frequent. AD is not also infrequent. It is in between. Similarly, CD is not infrequent, but it is in between. Similarly, ACD, because A and C are frequent, therefore ACD is also not frequent, not infrequent, but in between. So rest are BC, BD, because both are items BCD, ABD, and the more items are infrequent items. So that type of thing. So animatron property देख लीजिए join operators है, and the property states that if an item set X doesn't satisfy a function, then any proper set containing then any proper set containing X will also not satisfy the function. Doesn't satisfy function, then any proper set containing X will also not naturally. This property is called any anti-monotone property, as it's monotonic in terms of non-satisfying function. This property further helps in reducing the search space. So that's again join operation, this and all that. You can just see that. So this is what is there: bread, butter, cookie, egg, milk, and then bread, butter, cookie, egg, and milk. Frequent items, frequent item set, and candidate item set, 2 candidate item set, bread, butter, bread, cookie, bread, egg, and all that. And then 2 frequent item set, bread, butter, this and all that. And frequent customer, bread, butter, this and all that. And 3 candidate item bread, butter, cookies, and all these things. So you can see this is breaking it all these one item, two item, and three items. So one item, two item, two items, and one frequent item set, and three candidates. So these are the things which are explained here. Example of augmented Fk minus 1, Fi genetic generate candidate Fk this. So that's what is the important thing is there. So that you can see that. Yeah, फिर वही similar thing is there. So bread, butter, and all that it goes three candidate item set. So and you can see same T1, T2, T3, all these you can just go through this. You will find it quite interesting. You will like it, and you will see that in when mall is there, you should be putting the thing. This is the program, and you can see the program appropriate algorithm generating associated rule using frequent item sets and all that. This is also again same thing which is talked about it. Pen, eraser, scale, pen, calculator, pen, color, eraser, notebook, color, eraser, etc., and all that. So that type of thing which were there. So FP3 growth, that's the another important thing. Although there has been significant reduction in the number of candidate item set, yet a priori algorithm can be slow due to scanning for entire transaction set iteratively. So frequent patterns growth, also called FP growth method, implies divide and conquer strategy. So when you say divide and conquer, so you have the basic principle. When you divide the thing and then conquer it, that means you make the system smaller, number smaller, and then conquer it, you get it faster. So working of FP growth, create frequent pattern tree by compressing the transaction database along with the preserving the information about the item set. The tree structure also retains the association among this data set. Divide the transaction data set into set of conditional databases where each associated with one frequent item आर पैटर्न है एक जो फ्रीक्वेंट है उसको ले लीजिए या पैटर्न फ्रैगमेंट ले लीजिए एग्जामिन ईच डेटाबेस उस अगर ब्रेड फ्रीक्वेंट है उसके साथ ले लीजिए बटर फ्रीक्वेंट है बटर के साथ ले लीजिए फॉर ईच पैटर्न फ्रैगमेंट एग्जामिन its associate item set only. Therefore, this approach may substantially reduce the size of the item set to be searched, along with examining the growth of the pattern. So this is advantage of FP growth over a priori algorithm. It is efficient than a priori algorithm. No candidate item set generates generation. Only two passes over the transaction set. Only you subdivide the area database and on that you work for it. So that's the frequent pattern tree or FP tree by compressing the transaction data set. That's what is done. So FP tree construction, you can see that it's obtain one item set that sports score as computed in the first step of the sort the item set in ascending descending order of their sports score, create the root tree as a null and so on. You can do that. ये देखो transaction items है bread butter bread cookie milk bread butter egg milk bread butter cookie milk bread butter cookies and so on. Then you can say T1 T2 T3 T5 bread butter cookies milk this sport 4 it's a four time third one egg is one egg is minimum score. So that type of thing which people are more vegetarian not egg eaters, so that's type of thing. So I think the people Agarwals and all these they were more vegetarian not egg eaters. So that's the creating FP tree from transaction T1. So that's what null T1, this T3, this is T5, and so on. These are the various example the transaction T2 and T3, so that you can see that this is the example T2, example T3. So that's where the graph is made and all that branching and other. Null 1 2 1 2 1 4 1 5-1, 3-1, 5-1, then I3, I2-2, I3-1, I5-1, I4-1, I5-1, and so last is I5-1. So that type of thing, which is the T3. Okay, same thing examining this. So last is I5-1 and all that. So that the various branches are there. But I3-1, I4-1 is 1 and I5-1 are 3. So that's where I4-1 is 1 only. I3-1 are 3. So that's why after scanning transaction D. So that's the T4. Then these are the various combinations of all these things that you can see this. Up last is pincer search. A priority algorithm, the computation begins from the smallest set of the frequent item set and proceeds till reaches the maximum frequent item set. But the algorithm's efficiency decreases as the algorithm passes through many iterations. Solution to the problem is to generate the हमने कहा था कि वो जो पिछला हमारा था उसमें better हो जाता है. That's what we said. But let us see, the pincer search is still better by using bottom-up and top-down approach together. Thus, the pincer algorithm works on bidirectional approach, bottom up and top down approach. So this works in both ways. It attempts to find the frequent item set in a bottom up manner, but at the same time it maintains a list of maximum frequent time sets. While iterating the transaction set, it computes the sport scores of the candidate maximal frequent item set to record the frequent time item set. This way, the algorithm outputs the subset of the frequent item set, and hence they need not maintain sport score in the next iteration. Thus, pincer search is advantageous over a priori algorithm when frequent item set is long. So this is the type of this pincer set becomes much more better. So that's what advantage is the pincer is what is the maximum frequent candidate set, what happens of an item, this and all that. So pincer से पहले हमने करा था ये जो है this one FP3 would be better from the FP3 was also better because you were divide and rule. तो डिवाइड एंड रूल पर करने के उस पर डेटा सेट लेके उस पर काम करते थे, छोटा डेटा सेट लेके. लेकिन यहाँ बॉटम अप एंड टॉप डाउन अप्रोच दोनों से पिन सर्वे करते हैं, सो इट इज मोस्ट एफिशिएंट बिकॉज ए प्रायोरी एल्गोरिथम was first thought, and that is what was done by our two-person Agarwal and Agarwal or let us see. Agarwal and Srikant. These two people had done it. So that was a priority algorithm. उसके बाद FP3 आया, उसके बाद pincer आया. So pincer is most economical in terms of the computer base, whereas FP3 is better than in a priority algorithm. A priority algorithm is okay once you start this. So, but when more iterations start with FP3, it's better. But when you take Pincer's algorithm, that's both top down and bottom up approach. So that comes much better. Okay? So you can read this and then we can see what more.
Okay, sir.
Next unit we'll do you can try to solve some questions. So this is clustering. This unit is Type of clustering: partition based, hierarchical based, density based. Clustering algorithm is a k-mean, agglomerative and divisive, DB-scan, introduction to fuzzy clustering. So fuzzy also comes up here because which was not there in 93 and all that. But fuzzy clustering has started getting into even the AI for most of the time. What is clustering? Clustering analysis is method for dividing a group of data objects into subgroups based on single observation. Here, each cluster is a subset of the data, where objects with the resemblance or similar properties are grouped together. So let's understand example. Suppose you are head of the rental store and wish to understand the preference of your customer to scale up your business. Is it possible for you to look at the details of each customer and devise a unique business strategy for each one of them? No. But you can do is cluster all of your customer into say 10 groups based on their purchasing habits and use a separate strategy for customers in each of these 10 groups. And this is what is called as clustering. So clustering is a process of dividing the entire data into groups, also known as clusters, based on the pattern in the data. Data clustering is a prominent technique in data analysis and all this. That is the important. So these are the clustering done. This is clustering and all that. Real world example: a bank can potentially have millions of customers. Would it make sense to look at the details of the each customer separately and then decide? Certainly not. It's a manual process and will take a huge amount of time. तो हाई इनकम, एवरेज इनकम, लो इनकम, इस बेसिस पर आप क्लस्टरिंग कर सकते हो कि लो इनकम ग्रुप का क्या एटीट्यूड होगा, एवरेज का क्या होगा, हाई इनकम का क्या होगा. So that type of thing clustering can be done. So application of clustering: customer segmentation. Customer segmentation is one of the most common application of clustering. And document clustering. Document clustering is another common application of clustering. Let us assume that you have multiple documents and you need to cluster similar documents together. Okay. Image segmentation: we can also use clustering to perform image segmentation. Here we try to club similar pixels in the image together. We can apply clustering to create clusters having similar pixels in the same graph. So there are various types of clusters are there. there, there are many clustering algorithms. Traditionally, this and documents are grouped based on how similar they are uh, to the other documents. So that's where you say, what do you understand the term clustering? Where is clustering used in present day? This and all that. Now, clustering is very important here, even in bank and even in education, even in all the production and all that. Partition algorithm is one of the most applied clustering algorithm. It has been widely used in many applications. So K groups लेके उस पर चलते हैं, उस पर लेके clustering बनाते हैं, and that type of thing which happens. ये सारे partition based on this clustering हो रहा है. Okay. Hierarchical based clustering, basically hierarchical is algorithm that groups data points with similar properties, and these groups are termed clusters. So as a hierarchical clustering, we get a set of clusters, and these clusters are always different from each other. Clustering of this data into cluster is classified as agglomerative clustering, involving decomposition of cluster using bottom-up strategy. Divisive clustering, involving decomposition of clustering top-down strategy. So that's the bottom-up and top-down strategy. Basically, hierarchy clustering helps in creating clusters in property. The most common everyday example we see is how we order our files and folders in our computer by proper hierarchy. As mentioned, hierarchical clustering classified two groups: agglomerative clustering and divisive clustering. So Agnes and Diana. So that type of thing. So this is the agglomeratic, Agnes, and this is Dyna. So these are the type of clustering. This is a bottom-up approach. This is top-down approach. Dyna is top-down. Agnes is top-up. So time space complexity, when the number of data point is large, the space required for the hierarchical constructing is very large, since the similarity matrix must be stored in RAM. So space complexity is of the order of n square. N is the number of data points. Time complexity is of the order of n cube, where n is the number of data points. So that's what. So you can see the limitation. Then comes the density-based clustering technique. So clusters are formed on density depending upon clustering technique based on the density of the data. It starts with the random, unvisited starting data point. All points within a distance epsilon classify as the neighbor point. Distance epsilon is the smallest possible distance which we can say. So that's what is epsilon is known as. We need a minimum number of points within the neighborhood to start the clustering process and join the noise. You know, else the point is regardless noise. First point is that is first, let us say, start the clustering process. In the scenario, the current point of data turns into the first point is the cluster. Else the point is regarded as a noise. So that's how it keeps on going. All points within the distance E epsilon becomes part of the same cluster. Continue with the process and all that. This is what it is showing density connected points. So that's what is happening. So this is the PQ. This is the density. These are the corrected. These are the arrow show the corrected points. Now K means आप के मीन तो पहले भी कर चुके हैं के मीन algorithm main goal is to reduce the sum of the distance between points and their corresponding clusters. Real world example, let us have a look at example. Assume you went to bookstore to purchase some books. There are several types of books that can be found there. One thing you will notice is that books are stored in groups based on their category. All of the literature books will be kept in one location, science in another. K-mean algorithm means goal is to reduce the sum of the distance between points and their corresponding. Now we will understand because साइंस बुक एक जगह, लिटरेचर की एक जगह है, ह्यूमर बुक एक जगह है, बच्चों के लिए एक जगह है, बड़ों के लिए एक जगह है, so on so forth. So this is the before applying K-mean algorithm, after applying K-mean. देखो जो after cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3 बना दिए, इसमें देखिए 3 cluster. So that's what before and after. When this first figure shows the data in raw stage, which is not clustered by K-mean, here all type of data are clubbed together, thus become impossible to differentiate them into their original. The second figure shows 3 clusters of different data sets, and these clusters are formed after applying K-mean clustering. So that's what is done. So working of K-mean algorithm is there, so that you can see that this is the algorithm. This is the algorithm. So that's the position there. K-mean algorithm से 0 इसका ऊपर सब आ जाता है. So agglomerative clustering, you can read that. ये है. This big, smaller, 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 and then smaller. Single linkage, complete linkage, all these are things which you can say is the problem. Diana, this was Agnes, this is Diana. Diana basically is a divisive analysis. That's where you can see dividing electric by top process. Density, the DV scan. This is noise point, core points, border points. Mean points. This is again original points, points type, border, noise. These are noise. This is all. These are red are noise. These are the hard cluster, soft cluster. These are the big change to this form. So these are the various cluster definitions. So that covers up fuzzy clustering. इसमें Goa Goa can either be yellow or green, hard clustering, but the Goa can also be yellow and green. This is fuzzy clustering. Here the Goa can be yellow to a certain degree as well as green to certain degree. Instead of Goa belonging to green is 1, not yellow is 0, the Goa can bring to green 0.5 and yellow 0.5. That's where you can say 0.5, this is the hard clustering, and this is the soft clustering. 0.03, 0.97, 0.47, 0. So on and so forth. So this is the fuzzy clustering. Yeah, this is the basically middle point, data point. This the value point, 0.3 data point membership, this and all that. So this is the comes. So this is the fuzzy clustering. Uh, so that covers up this unit clustering. So Agni and Dhyana is basic thing, and then fuzzy clustering is the other thing, which has been introduced as a small subset of it. Now, this is a basic programming language, machine learning programming using Python. So that you have to go through this because it's basically programs are given there. So name base, K nearest neighbor, decision tree, logistic regression, support vector machine. This you have all known it earlier. We have studied it and all that. A priori algorithm, clustering led to K mean and all these things that we have said. Now you will see the software which is this. This is software. Uh, this is K nearest mean इसका software दिया हुआ है. It's a decision tree implementation इसका software दिया हुआ है. This is software for this. You can see this. लॉजिस्टिक रिग्रेशन का सॉफ्टवेयर दिया हुआ है, सबका सॉफ्टवेयर दिया हुआ है, सो दैट यू कैन सी दैट पाइथन में सारा सॉफ्टवेयर दिया. दिस इज क्लस्टरिंग का, स्पोर्ट वेक्टर मशीन का सॉफ्टवेयर दिया हुआ है, ये सारा स्पोर्ट उसका रिग्रेशन एल्गोरिथम के लिए सारा सॉफ्टवेयर दिया हुआ है. ये देखिए सारा सॉफ्टवेयर दिया हुआ है. देन फॉर पॉलिनोमियल रिग्रेशन के लिए सॉफ्टवेयर फिर दिया हुआ है, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन में पॉलिनोमियल पाइथन. फीचर सिलेक्शन एंड एक्सट्रैक्शन के लिए जो हम नेक्स्ट यूनिट में करा था, प्रिंसिपल कंपोनेंट एनालिसिस करा था, उसका सॉफ्टवेयर दिया हुआ है. एलडीए का सॉफ्टवेयर दिया हुआ है. एसोसिएशन रूल आ गया, उसमें ए प्रायरी एल्गोरिथम जो अग्रवाल और श्रीकांत ने करी थी, उसका सॉफ्टवेयर दिया हुआ है. This is all software. You can go through that. And clustering algorithm के लिए फिर सॉफ्टवेयर दिया हुआ है, implementing code in particular. So this is the basically over. That covers up your syllabus for artificial intelligence and machine learning. So you have to be ready for this. And any questions and all that we can discuss now. You have still time for almost 1 hour because this unit I have not gone through carefully with you, but I wanted you to look at it because you have to look up the software and you should know the Python, which is very simple language. So import bumpy, this and all that. Import pandas, bumpy, this. All these things are language is very simple. So you can see this is the R programming you have learned, and Python is one here. So these are the two things which are important for the artificial intelligence and machine learning. R programming was done for the basically statistical equations, statistical means, statistical things, and all that. But later it became popular with AI. But Python has become powerful with machine learning and AI. So this is what you can see that Python, all this software has been given to you for the purpose of implementation and seeing how it works. You can actually see if you just put it on your computer and see that it works, you will see it works. If there is no working, you please send it to the committee or to send it to me. I'll send it to committee and I'll first check up myself and then send it to committee so that they can rectify the software. Okay? Any question, any doubts?
No, sir.
You want to take long rest? Almost 1.5 hours. No, it's 10:11 now. You can take rest up to 12 o'clock. Okay?
Okay, sir.
So at 12 o'clock, you join again and we'll start this. But wait for this so that I can take your attendance. All the best. All the best. Okay. So, how many of you did listen to the Man Ki Baat? Hello? All of you are there?
We are here, sir.
Anybody listen to the Man Ki Baat?
I did not, sir.
No? Anyone? See, he described right from Operation Sandur to all the equipment which was used by armed forces was built up in India, and all Athankwadis have been finished for time being. I think they'll finish again. And again, he talked about the honey, sugar board, the children take a lot of sugar and all that. Then he talked about honey, honey being bees becoming friends of bees, and all these things he talked beautifully. So, honey, we are becoming more like surplus now. We are becoming more global now, honey. Even the ladies are doing and all that. और बीज को एक जगह से दूसरी जगह लेके जाना, all these things he told in a wonderful manner. So I enjoyed it. I hope some of you, if you have listened to it, you would have enjoyed it. There were all the chief ministers and the home minister, defense minister, uh, health minister. All the people were sitting there and seeing this his Man Ki Baat. Okay, chalo. Now we start the data interface and visualization in R. We talked about R programming yesterday. So now we are going a little more in R programming. So that is CSV files, Excel files, binary files, XML files, JSON file, interfacing with database, web data, and all these things. Yeah? So then for cleaning and pre-processing, visualization in R, bar chart, box plot, histogram, line graphs, scatter graphs, etc., and then summary, this and all that. So this is the one which we are talking about. R programming में क्या क्या चीजें होती है, CBS, Excel, binary, XML, this and all that. So this is what you are supposed to do it, explain the various file types and their interface that can be processed for data analysis in R. Read, write, and analyze this and all that. All you can read this. Visualize the data using various types of graphs and charts using R and explain their uses. Reading data from files. R, you can read data from files outside of the R environment. One may also write data to files that the operating system can store and further access. There is a wide range of format including CSV, Excel, binary, and XML, etc. R can read and write from. CSV is a file is text file in the column, value separated by comma, etc. and all that. So CSV file, generally CSV files are like this: read CSV, figure this, print data, reading data from CSV file. Analyzing the CSV file, there is a print data frame, this. Simple. Our programming is also as simple as Python, but it's more statistical and come to machine learning. CSV file, write CSV output CSV. Then this is the write file, this and all that. So Excel files इसी तरह बता रहे हैं. ये देखिए Excel file, ये Excel file है. Data, read, Excel, all these things are you can just see. This is the Excel file. that the binary file भी इसी तरह दिखाया हुआ है. ये देखिए binary file, ये देखिए ये है binary file का. So that's the structure. Reading the binary file. This is the reading the binary file. R programming में this is XML file. इसी तरह XML file का प्रोग्रामिंग बनाया हुआ है. आप उसको देखिए. ये R programming का ये है. ये reading XML file है. The XML in data frame. ये देखिए सारा बनाया. So everything is put it in the software in R programming. So JSON file ये बताया हुआ है. Again in the programming ये बताया हुआ कैसे करते हैं. डेटा फ्लो डायग्राम, तो ये उस डेटाबेस का वो उसके भी बनाया हुआ है. So all these are shown in our programming. Various steps are given and all these things are shown in very clearly in the, and you can test it and all that. So web data का भी इसी तरह उन्होंने बनाया हुआ है. Install package R curl XML Stinger and page this. So these are the 4 install packages and all that. And web data, many websites make data available for user to consume. The WHO, World Health Organization, for example, provides reports on health and medical information in CSV, in TXT and XML formats. You can programmatically extract certain data from such website using R applications. R curl, XML, and stingers are some R packages that are used to scrap data from the web. They are used to connect to URLs, detect required file links, and download the file to the local environment. These are the various packages installed and all that. So data cleaning and pre-processing, that's again, you will see the programs there. These are the check and all these things. Check, familiarize with the data set, check the structure error, check the data irregularity, decide on how to deal missing values. Missing value को कैसे करते हैं? Either delete the observation if they are not providing any meaningful insight to our data, or inputting the data with some logical value like means or median based on the observation. Because the mean value of the observations can be taken as a missing value, because that is not irrelevant, that's relevant. Or it can be median. So that type of thing. But mean is the easiest way of doing it, but median what becomes, you have to calculate this and then do it. So that's the type of thing that you can do it. Visualization in R, this is a bar chart. बार चार्ट भी आपको पता है, सारे किस्म के पाई चार्ट, बार चार्ट सारे बताया हुआ है बहुत पहले दफा. ये देखिए बार प्लॉट सिंटेक्स का दिया हुआ है. उसमें बताने के लिए सब कुछ दिया हुआ है. यू नो व्हाट इज बार चार्ट इज दिस. सो क्रिएटिंग ए बार चार्ट, ये बार चार्ट है. दिस इज द बार चार्ट. तो दिस इज व्हाट बार चार्ट आर प्रोग्रामिंग के सीधा बन जाता है. सिंपल फ्यू लाइंस आर देयर. सो क्रिएट द डेटा फॉर द चार्ट, stay this bar chart, this and plot it and all that. It just plots it. So बार चार्ट, लेवल, टाइटल एंड कलर, ये देखो इसको ये करने के लिए है. ये बन जाता है. कलर करने के लिए पीला कलर है. और कर बॉक्स प्लॉट्स, बॉक्स बनाने के लिए है. बॉक्स बनाते हैं. ये देखिए बॉक्स बन जाते हैं. ये बॉक्स बन गए. ये दीज आर द बॉक्सेस. तो दीज आर द बॉक्सेस. ऐसे करके ऐसे बनाते हैं. दैट द बॉक्सेस बन जाते हैं. हिस्टोग्राम, यू नो हिस्टोग्राम. ये हिस्टोग्राम के लिए एल्गोरिथम है. ये हिस्टोग्राम बन गया. ओके. लाइन ग्राफ, उसके लिए ये सॉफ्टवेयर है. ये लाइन ग्राफ बन गया. ये लाइन ग्राफ बन गया. दिस इज लाइन ग्राफ. इट कैन बी एनी टाइप ऑफ कर्व. ये लाइन ग्राफ, मल्टीपल लाइन ग्राफ बन गया. जैसे line chart and multiple lines. So all these things. Scatter plots, ये स्कैटर प्लॉट का भी सॉफ्टवेयर है. इसमें से स्कैटर प्लॉट बन जाता है. ये देखिए स्कैटर पॉइंट आ जाते हैं. स्कैटर प्लॉट्स फॉर द डेटा फॉर फिगर 1428 प्लॉट फंक्शन और ड्रॉस स्कैटर डायग्राम्स आ गए. स्कैटर प्लॉट मैट्रिक्स, इसी उसका भी सॉफ्टवेयर अवेलेबल है. ये मैट्रिक्स बन जाते हैं. स्कैटर प्लॉट मैट्रिक्स, ये सारे 4x4 मैट्रिक्स बन जाता है. So that's the end of this unit, 14 units. It is basically we have talked about the various plots, diagrams and all that, and you can see everything is getting written in the software, which you can see it and you can use it and you can plot it and you can see what is the result of this. So that's the, and in the examination also similar things will be there. So you'll have to write small software or put that what it means and all that. So that's the, okay. So these are, I don't have to do much work on this. You have to really follow it, do it, and test it. You can write these lines and write the code and use it and use that and see that how does it work. So that's the type of thing which you can see. These are references and all that. So you can see that references and all that. अरे नेक्स्ट को खोलना पड़ेगा. अगला यूनिट नहीं खुल रहा है बेटे. फिर 16वां भी खोलना बाद में, 15-16 इकट्ठे कर दो, मैं दोनों को ले लूंगा। पंद्रह 16 दोनों खोल दो, हो सकते हैं 15, हाँ 16वां भी खोल दो। तो ये बस आधे घंटे में बंद करने का हो, पहले अटेंडेंस ले लेना मुझे। ये स्क्रीन उड़ा दो। हाँ अब गो टू शेयर कर लो स्क्रीन, ये डाल आ रही है। नजर नहीं आ रहा। हम्म। तो पहले 15 में ही कर दो। है नहीं, ये बड़ा डल नजर आ रहा है। हाँ अब ठीक है। चलो पहले 15 ही खोल दो, फिर बाद में 16 खोल लेना। ये डल हो गया यार, पहले 15 ही खोल दो। तो, तो इसके बाद 16 खोलना जब ये खत्म हो जाएगा। ओके ऑलराइट, तो बाद में फिर मैं फोन करूंगा। ऑलराइट, so this you are able to see the screen. Hello, hello.
हाँ सर, अब दिख रहा है।
Okay, so now we see this. अरे बाप रे, ये क्या हो गया?
मिनिमाइज हो गया है।
Okay,
दिख रहा है।
so all right. So this is data analysis and R. So it's a chi-square test. मैंने बताया था ना, R programming is basically was done for statistical work. If, and chi-square test, linear regression, multiple regression, logistic regressions, and all these are time series analysis. These are the things which are very well done here. So that's why R programming, the concept of data analysis and how to leverage it by using R programming. ये क्या हो रहा है? क्या हो रहा है? हाँ, okay. So the unit deals with the concept of the data analysis and how to leverage. So R programming. So with the help of an example, the unit also familiarizes with the concept of regression analysis. Its types including simple, linear, multiple linear, and afterwards logistic regression. So it also deals with all the time series analysis and all that. So these are the chi-square test, all these statistical things which you have studied are there. Now, what is chi-square test? That's the it's a math library that contains card जिसका program लिखा हुआ है, and you get the result, description of the sample data set. Here back it perform the square test on the table. A square test है, then this is chi-square test. So that's what it's important to know that chi-square test is the value this which is less than 0.05, which indicates strong correlation. In addition, the value of the chi-square is also high. Thus, the variable type of car is strongly related to number of airbags. So this is a first you need to just 1 minute, just 1 minute. Sorry, Betty. I'm back. So, this is chi-square test. Then you have linear regression. उसका भी सॉफ्टवेयर है y is equal to a plus bx. This is a software available जो you can do that. It's a very simple one. ये देखिए सॉफ्टवेयर है. So you can sample data for the linear regression. This is a linear regression बनाया है. And then summary of the relationship. ये है result of regression. The predict functions, making a chart of linear regression. So that's the multiple regression. Multiple regressions are x1, x2, x3, a, b1, b2, and so on. So this is the equation and input data, and then you have a program, simple data for multiple regression, and then you get the regression multiple model, and then you get the regression equation, display of the various output parameters. And the results regressions are presented by R include the fixed 5-point summary, minimum, first quartile, median, third quartile, and maximum. So this shows the spread of the residues and all that. So this is so y is equal to a plus bx, and cxp. These all these things are there. So this is multiple regression. X is all these. These are various type of different x's are being used here. Logistic regression. This is R programming. This is a logistic regression. Dz is equal to 1 upon e raised to power minus x, where x is equal to a plus bx. So that's type of where z is equal to, this is gz is equal to 1 upon 1 raised to power e minus z, where z is equal to a plus bx. So this is the one which is a plus b1x, 1 b2 x2 b2. This is more general. General equation is a plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2 plus b3 etc etc. So these are the general equations and all that. And इसका भी software बनाया हुआ है, and that's given to you so that you can see that software is available. Some time series analysis. कैसे होता है time series का? Because वो time series analysis से prediction करते हैं. So time series is a metric that is measured at regular intervals. It entails driving hidden insight from time-based data, years, days, hours, minutes, etc., in order to make informed decisions. So a time series is represented following. So that's what you can see that input क्या है, output कैसे बनता है, and then stationary time series. एक आई वन स्टेशनरी टाइम सीरीज होती है when the mean value of the time series remain constant over a period of time. Seasonality has a minor impact. जैसे हम कहते हैं मानसून has arrived 7 days earlier. So that means it's a स्टेशनरी टाइम सीरीज से वो 7 दिन डिफरेंट हो गया है. So that's what we say. This means that it's no trend. Seasonal characteristic make it appear to be random white noise regardless of time span viewed and all that. Step to convert a time series as stationary, that's trend, seasonality and all that. So that's what is it. Keeping log of time series. So this is the summary of this. So this is again software is given. You are knowing this statistic. You know what is time series. You know how to use time series for prediction. You know how it is done. So this is what is done here. For machine learning, basically what is required is whole statistical processes are worked together, so that and R programming there they have based R programming as the best source where it has all chi-square tests, time series, the linear regression, multiple regressions, all type of things are available in this and all that. Okay, so now let us go to the last unit of this. हाँ, लास्ट लगा दो बस, तो वो भी बाद में जल्दी खत्म हो जाएगा. बस, 10 मिनट बाद तुम फोन कर लेना. 10-15 मिनट लगेंगे. ओके. सो एडवांस एनालिसिस यूजिंग आर. तो ये सारा जो ब्लॉक है इट्स ऑफ आर प्रोग्रामिंग. So it's objective, decision tree, random forest. You know, forest and tree have a link. Because from the forest you look for the tree, tree look for the forest. The tree has its own importance. Forest has its own importance. Forest has lot of trees and so on. Random forest, क्लासिफिकेशन, क्लस्टरिंग, एसोसिएशन रूल, ये सारा आपने पढ़ा है पहले ही. उसके सारे प्रोग्रामिंग दिए हुए हैं. डायमेंशन ट्री, डिसीजन ट्री एंड ऑल दी थिंग. ये देखिए डिसीजन ट्रीज है, ये सारा प्रोग्राम दिया हुआ है. इंस्टॉलिंग आर पैकेज, पैकेज पार्टी ये यूज फॉर डिसीजन ट्री. Figure 60.1, it gives the full form of the installation of package party used for this and all that. So then decision stump, M5, ID3, iterative dicro. So these type of things which are there, CS4.5, CS Mars, all these are condition inference trees, cards. So these you can read that this type of decision tree known as statistical classifier is derived from its parents ID3. What is ID3? ये इंस्टॉलेशन ID3 तो डिसाइड नहीं करा हुआ है इसलिए ID3 ओके. ID3 is iterative dichrotizer. 3. One of the core and a wide range of decision structure is the best attribute for classifying the specified record with the top-down greedy search approach via the specified data set. So this type of decision tree known as the statistical classifier is derived from parent ID 3. This creates a decision based on the predicted bundles. C50 is a successor of C4.5. There are two models, the base tree and the rule-based model, whose nodes can only predict category target. CHAD is the algorithm extended in chi-square automatic interaction detector and basically examine the merged variables and justify the result of dependent variable by building, chi square टेस्ट के लिए कोरिलेशन वगैरह के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट होता है. Mars extended as a multivariate adapted regression spline. This algorithm builds a set of piecewise linear models used to model anomalies and interaction between the variables. They are known for their ability to process numerical data more efficiently. Conditions inference tree. This is the type of decision tree that recursively separates a response variable, etc. And a cart is expanded classification regression tree. The value of the target variable is predicted if it is continuous, otherwise it is categorized as required classes identified. So these are the category variable, continuous variables. These are the software available for sample data for decision tree, and this is the making decision tree. This is the decision tree. Decision tree for the example, work line and all that. So you have scope for this and all that. Age, this score is this. So this is the decision tree and all that. Then partitioning, pruning, tree selection, entropy, information gains. So random forest से आ जाता है. That also you have done earlier. Random forests are a set of decision trees that are used in supervised learning algorithm for classification and regression analysis, but primarily for classification. This classification algorithm is non-linear. To achieve more accurate prediction and forecast, random forest creates and combines the numerous decision trees and all that. Random forest is named random since the predictions are chosen at random during training. So that's why it is at random forest. So this is what is given in the software. Yes, software. This is the software output. You get sample data for random forest. This is the sequence of command using R for random forest. Confusion matrix. So matrix and all that. So you see all the software is given, R programming software is all laid down here so that you can see classification. Again, इसके सारे classifier, character, binary classification we have already done. So these are given here. So linear classifier, these are all software clustering is done, marketing, internet, सारा करा हुआ है, इसका सारा software दिया हुआ है, सारा software बना के बता दिया हुआ है so that you can look at it. I don't have to do much on this because I think you can go through this and you can really do some of the software. You can put it on your laptop or on your desktop and see that this works. This is the cluster type of thing, cluster with this. These are the type of things which you will have. Association rules भी आपका सॉफ्टवेयर अवेलेबल है, उसमें देख लीजिए एक्सपोर्ट क्या है, ये सारा एसोसिएशन रूल का है, ये सारा. So that's this लास्ट ब्लॉक में जनरली जो है वो आर प्रोग्राम पर ही सॉफ्टवेयर है, whereas in the artificial intelligence all the software was on Python. So this is what has been given in this book. So that is all that completes your course. I wish you all the best. आप एनी डाउट्स होगा आप बाद में क्वेश्चन मुझसे पूछ सकते हो. you can come to merit. Those who can, those who can't can send me the email and we'll be on correspondence. Okay? आपका attendance ले लेते हैं.
सर
And
सर
yes,
आप
any
email
question?
ID एक बार बता देंगे उससे.
Yes.
आप अपना ईमेल आईडी वापस से बता देंगे. आपने पिछली क्लास में ईमेल आईडी बताई थी.
Email ID RK Datta DATA_IN@yahoo.com.
IN.
RK Datta RK small r small k DATA, not DU नहीं लगाना, DATA_IN@yahoo.com.
ओके.
Okay?
जी सर. एक्चुअली मैंने आपको वो असाइनमेंट के लिए बताया था ना, तो मैं
असाइनमेंट के लिए
हाँ जी, जो मैंने असाइनमेंट तो सेंड कर दिया था बट उसके मार्क्स अभी
उसके
तक
लिए
आए.
आप मुझे मेल कर दीजिए. आई विल बी एबल टू हेल्प.
ओके सर.
तो सर अटेंडेंस हो जाएगा उसके बाद तो आज खत्म हो गया ना.
हाँ, अब कोर्स खत्म हो गया.
अच्छी बात.
All your both the books have been completed. If you see that, so that's where you have to go through it.
हमको तो पढ़ना ही है सर. एग्जाम.
So as a matter of fact, you should do R programming and Python programming का अपने डेस्कटॉप पर या अपने लैपटॉप पर लेके जाइए, उसको स्टडी करिए and see that everything is okay. So that you can see अगर कुछ प्रॉब्लम है then you tell. That will go in your honor if you find some error. If you find some modification, that's also good. हाँ, बस उसको अटेंडेंस लेके then you can close it. Okay, bete. All the best.
थैंक यू सर.
All the best.